So for this month, we are going to be releasing a new saddle. We haven't came up with a name with it, but if you guys have any suggestions for a new name, let us know down in the comments below. But we're going to jump right into it. Just wanted to show you guys what it first started out as and what it is now, how long I've tested it for, how I have multiple other people that have tested it, and yeah, let's just dive right in. As many of you guys know, we have a bull threat saddle that is, I would say, your budget option, American-made saddle, you know, for everybody. Everybody, you know, saddle hunting in general is a luxury, in my opinion, and also a way of life. I think it's very important for people to get into it and stuff. I wouldn't say hunting is a luxury. It kind of is, because, you know, you obviously need to buy weapons, ammo, arrows, bows, archery targets, all that stuff in order to get into hunting. Even if all you do is, you know, gun hunt, you got to buy a muzzle loader, a rifle, etc. So in my opinion, it's kind of like a luxury, but especially saddle hunting, it's definitely a luxury. And in my opinion, in order to get the best quality, American made, you're definitely not going to beat the bull thread saddle. In my opinion, I think it's the #1 out of all the saddles. So this is a step up from the bull thread. This is one of the prototypes that I have been running for the past, since the beginning of Ohio archery season, which started in, like, I think September 28th or something this year. But I've been running it every day, or every time I've hunted out there. And this is like, this came from 10 different prototypes of me testing it out on the off season. And once I was happy with what I wanted, came up with this. And I've been running this, like I said, since the beginning of archery season. I have hunted over 30 plus sits. I mean, it's kind of my job to do a lot of infield testing. 30 plus sits. Every single sit has been right around the 4+ hours mark. If I'm hunting in the morning, I'm getting into the deer woods, up in a tree 2 hours before daylight. And for afternoon hunts, I'm getting, you know, like right around noon and sitting until, you know, sunset. So anyways, I have had a lot of time in this saddle. Absolutely love it. Now, there's been a couple changes along with this saddle. #1, I used for the belt webbing for the belt. In order to hold it, the belt holder, I made it out of the same webbing as this. I didn't like it, so I went a different route. Also, other than that, there's really nothing too crazy or different. But so, like I said, here is what essentially the final prototype was, and then here is the actual complete brand new saddle that will be sold. As you can see, it will come in different colorways. It will come with the coyote brown with the black webbing. This is our classic bull thread design, with the ranger green webbing and the gray mesh. That is our classic signature look, and I absolutely love it. And this is what it looks like. And then, like I was talking about, for the belt, I used the same 2-inch webbing for the belt holders. Well, it's a different kind of webbing, and it's a little bit smaller in order to hold a 1-inch webbing for your belt. It is suspender compatible, and what makes this different between the bull thread saddle and this one, it has a unique feature where you can fold this up in half, attach it with our connecting system to where it doesn't unfold, and you can wear it into the woods. And basically what this does, this pocket, once you fold it in half, you can throw your leg straps like right in here into like essentially the pocket, and your leg straps aren't going to fall out or whatever. So the whole reason behind this saddle is basically just a more premium version of the bull thread saddle. Has a couple other options, more color options as well, and just different kind of webbing, more premium mesh that has been put into this saddle. And overall, just in my opinion, the materials is better. Obviously, we use all USA made material, but the webbing, the cordura, the smaller webbing, everything is a little bit more premium than the bull thread saddle. So, and also, like I said, you can fold this in half, go into the woods without wearing any of your leg straps or whatever. It's essentially like wearing a big belt. It doesn't get in the way at all. Very comfortable. You kind of don't even notice that it's there. And once you're ready to get up the tree that you're wanting to get up in, you simply just pull the tabs, deploy the saddle, it unfolds, throw your leg straps on, boom, you're ready to go up into the tree. Another thing, we placed webbing right here on the sides. And this is to give the sides a little bit more rigidity. Now it doesn't do a lot, but it adds a little bit more rigidity on the sides so it doesn't crimp down as much as you would find on regular mesh saddles. And as a lot of you guys know, there's a lot of people that go through hip pinch and whatnot, and what this does, it kind of minimizes that just a little bit, gives you a little bit more comfort. Also, the seams in the middle right here, this is I don't want to give out any secrets or anything, but this is just essentially a little bit more mesh material right here. Gives it more of a contoured finish to the saddle. So when you sit in, instead of it just being one straight piece of mesh fabric, this is basically overlapped and giving it more of a contoured fit. So when you sit into the saddle, it's more of a sinking feeling, and in my opinion, it feels a lot more comfortable than your regular single panel saddle. So I mean, basically, this is, like I said, this is what it looks like. For the belt, it's not going to come in this gray webbing. It's going to be the same webbing as this, same color as that, and whatever the webbing up top is, it's going to be the same for the belt. So there's that. So like I said, I was running this saddle for months, put a lot of time into this saddle. One thing that I want you guys to know is that when you first get your saddle from us, this webbing is extremely stiff. I mean, it's mil-spec webbing. It has a resin coating infused into the webbing in order to be safe against all the elements of like snow, the sun, rain, and all that good stuff. But over time, it will actually loosen up to a really, really nice, like flexible material. It's not going to be stiff for that long. You got to put some time into the saddle, but once you get some time put into the saddle, it's going to be not as stiff. It's going to be a lot more flexible. It's going to be more contoured to your legs and your body or whatever, and it just makes it even that much better. Essentially, kind of just molds to what your body type is. Another thing about the new saddle, for our bull thread saddle, we use a 1-inch webbing for the lineman's loop. What I've done is the 2-inch webbing goes a little bit lower onto the saddle, right underneath the main chassis. Goes a little lower, so instead of it sitting right up your lower back, it goes just a little bit lower to provide more comfort, and it's bigger. So it's 2-inch webbing, so it gives you more surface space to spread out the, all your weight when you're going up in the tree and you're leaning back when you're putting up your sticks and what have you. So I mean, that's basically it. Another change that's different from the bull thread, we no longer have the bottom row of molly. We just simply have this right here. This is absolutely awesome. You can use this to pull your saddle down from. So if you're sitting up in a saddle, sometimes you feel your saddle climbing up, and it kind of gives you a wedgie a little bit. You can simply just put your thumbs right into here and just pull down. And as you're climbing up the tree, everybody needs to hook up their bow rope to something. Well, like I do, I always hook up my bow rope to this portion right here. So when I get up to the tree and I'm, setting up my platform, I'm ready to get my bow up into the tree, all you do is you just simply disconnect it and start pulling your bow rope up. Also, one last thing. We have always used a tubular webbing for the chassis to where you put your bridge at. Well, we've gone a different route. We are using now Cordura to match the webbing. So the reason why I did that is I think it looks a little bit more sleek. It looks a little bit more nicer in my opinion. It kind of just matches everything. And also, I forgot to mention that the leg straps, they're placed up higher. The bull threat saddle, they're lower, but I have them up higher for this saddle, just a little bit more comfort. So instead of the leg straps being lower on your thighs, they're a little bit higher up, and it feels more of like a better fit in my opinion. But the bull threat saddle is going to remain the same. So that's basically it. That's the new saddle that will be released here within the next week or so. I'm definitely wanting to get it into your guys' hands and get your guys' opinions and thoughts, and I want to see a couple of you guys kill a couple deer out of it. Also an update on the bull threat saddle, the V2. So currently right now, I like keeping it honest with you guys. Currently right now, we run a dark camo green webbing from a company, a USA manufacturer. Well, we've had some issues in the past, and I had to cut ties with them. Really nothing wrong with it. I mean, they're not bad people or anything. It's just they're definitely not what I am needing, and I feel like I've been kind of jerked around a little bit, and I don't like it. So we went to a different company. So the bull threat saddle, the camo green webbing that you guys see, it's not going to be no longer that webbing anymore. It's going to be reverting to this Ranger green webbing that you guys see right here. And in the bull threat saddle, that we just have one colorway. We're going to keep it like that. That's our signature color. But for this saddle right here, it's more premium option. So there's going to be 3 different colorways. So you guys get to pick whatever you guys want for the more premium option. If you're on a budget, get the bull threat saddle. They're both great saddles. Just if you want to be a little bit more Gucci'd out, feel like a pimp up in a tree, get that.